everybody, it's Tricksi again, and we're here with a few of our teammates who have just recently committed. They're all the class of 2021, and we're so excited to have them here. We're going to ask them a few questions about the recruitment process that will hopefully help a lot of people out with their own process. So how is everyone?
I'm good.
We're good.
Good. Great.
I am good.
So I guess we can just go down the line. Just say your name and your university.
My name's Olivia Simmons, and I committed to Purdue University in February.
Okay, my name's Tori Gillis, and I committed to Louisiana State University.
My name's Stella, and I committed to Virginia Military Institute in February. January.
Oh, are we supposed to say I committed in March?
Hi, I'm Lily Render, and I committed to the University of South Carolina in October, I want to say.
Okay, I'm Avery, and I committed to Virginia Tech, and I committed last year, February, so like a year ago, almost.
Nice. All right, so we have a few questions. So the first question is, what is one thing nobody told you about the recruiting process?
For me personally, it was that one thing I didn't know, it was that it really does take talking to a coach and emailing them as many times as you can, whether that means watching you, texting them or coming to a practice. I didn't really know that, and I didn't have much of, I didn't have many people telling me that the biggest thing I needed to do was to just keep reaching out and getting them to come watch me.
For me, no one really told me how long the recruiting process really is. Especially because I guess our year our recruiting rules changed. So I guess it took a little bit longer if you didn't commit super early. But it was just a very long process, I guess, but rewarding.
I think that no one really told me how much work that you have to put into if a coach contacts you, you need to know stuff about the school that if it's something that you're interested in, you need to know a little bit of research on that, because let's say you go to a visit and they ask if you have any questions. I didn't realize that how I don't want to say stupid, but how not informed you look without asking questions, because it makes you look more interested in that school if you have questions to ask them.
I think the biggest thing for me was I kept hearing that you were gonna go somewhere and you'd know that it's the perfect fit, but in the end I feel there's not gonna be a perfect fit. There's gonna be good things about the school, and then there's gonna be some things you don't like, but as long as you go there and you like it and you like the biggest things that are important to you, then it's gonna work out.
Yeah, I actually agree with that, because I would go. I went to a pretty decent amount of schools to look at, but I never found the one that I thought was right for me. And then in the end, it was actually still a very hard decision, because you have to take into consideration so many different things in it, and see what you like most. And yeah.
So one thing that I was told in my process is that you have something that really stood out to me was, because I'm going to a kind of demanding school, is that would I picture myself at the school if I wasn't playing soccer, which I feel is a really big part of where you go, because you have to like it. Because what happens if you have an injury and you can never play soccer again? Knock on wood. You still want to be able to you still want to go there and want to, be a part of that school, even if you weren't playing soccer.
Yeah, of course. All right. So the second question is, who did you rely on the most when you were committing? Was it a parent, coaches, who really stood out to you as helping you along the way?
I think this is I think it was Mikey. I'll just say our coach from last year, so for people watching, but because I feel I was just really I didn't really know what to do, especially because I committed so early. I was not really sure what I should be doing, and I think that he did so much work for me behind the scenes to actually get me committed, so that when I was I just had to call the coach and that was it. He did all the other work. I mean, I did work on the field, but everything else behind the scenes, I feel he did so much for me that like it was just like ready for me like when I wanted it, kind of.
For me, Mikey definitely helped me along the process, like with like what Avery said, like the behind the scenes work and like everything like that. But I feel like he didn't really like drive me from my decision. I feel like for me, it was like I had so many different people talking to me about like what I should do or what they thought I should do, and I got so many advice from everyone. But the person that like always like was by me and was like, I guess, telling me like, Lily, it's up to you, and like telling me like the certain things, like, will you see yourself at this school, like will you do this at this school, or like blah 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 blah, like was my mom, because she didn't sway me in like any one direction, but she just like kept like my head like steady, I guess, like throughout the whole process.
Yeah.
For me, I'd say Mikey was really helpful with like the logistics and everything and reaching out to different coaches. But like when it came down to making a decision, I'd say it was mainly like my teammates and my family. Like Avery was really helpful. Like I talked to Avery for a while. And then also like my family was always there because like Lily said, like they weren't swaying me in any different way. They were just like there. And I knew that I could go wherever I chose.
Kind of leading into our next question, I think you guys kind of like picked up on it a little bit, but what do you say is like probably the hardest thing that you guys encountered when it came to this process?
I think it was like staying on top of contacting coaches when I wasn't committed, like just like consistently trying to email them or like reply to them and like keeping on top of that because it's like really important to do so. But when making a decision, it was like really hard because um like there was so many things that I liked from the different schools that like it was like they were like I had to like see what school fit me best compared to like others that had different things I might have liked better, but I had to like kind of my gut feeling like but yeah.
For me, the hardest part was like the biggest thing I did was I made a pros and cons list for every school I was talking to. And the hardest part, like I hate to say it, but I absolutely hate phone calls. Like they'd text me and be like, "Hey, can we set up a time to talk?" And I sometimes wanted to text no because I really just hate having to like have a conversation on the phone, especially since you can't make eye contact. And sometimes there's nothing to talk about, so it's just like really frustrating. But the most difficult part for me was phone calls and then deciding what school was the best for me. But honestly, going on my visit, I know some people may not like believe in that, like you go there and you're like, oh my God, like this is the place for me. But like that's basically what happened. Like, you know, after my pros and cons list, like knowing what school made me feel the way I did was, that.
For me, it was honestly the nerves, because like no one really tells you like how stressful the process really is. I don't really mean to like be like that, but it's really stressful. Like for me, like it like started early, like freshman year, beginning of freshman year probably, and just going to showcases and seeing all of the coaches on the sideline, like it like in the beginning it really hit me until actually a college coach helped me get the nerves out, because like I've known her and she, not the school I'm going to, but she like actually helped me like just like talk my nerves away and just be like just like rely on yourself, almost like just play the game for like you. And like before that showcase, that was like the best showcase I've played in, I guess. So like I guess nerves, especially in the beginning, was like the most challenging for me.
Especially if you've been talking to a coach for like a really long time, like regularly, and then you have to tell them that you're going somewhere else. It's like really hard. So I'd say that's like the biggest difficulty in my process as well.
What is something you all are excited for college? I know you guys still have your senior year ahead of you. Hopefully we're not in quarantine for it. But what are you guys excited for college?
For me, I'm excited for like new opportunities and like a bigger environment. Like I said, I've been in smaller schools my whole life, so I kind of want to branch out a little and try new things. And I think I can get that at Purdue because it's a lot bigger.
Nice.
I agree with that. I also am like really excited. Well, obviously, I'm excited for like the soccer career I hope to make out of it, and like just the people I'm gonna meet. Like I hope that I meet some of the like like my close friends that I'll have as well as the people I have now. But also like just like the people I'll meet out of it, and I hope like I get a really good experience. And yeah, I think I'm also excited for like the academics too, but
Are you?
For me, I'm excited for the freedom and the like different soccer environment and the new like I guess like relationships and like friendships that I'm gonna like build through it, and like obviously like keep my old ones and everything, but I guess like new beginnings.
Same. But I also am excited because I know more people from our team are gonna go to ACC, I'm sure, even from the 22s. I'm excited to play people too.
Do you guys think there's like a stigma around talking about the college process?
Yeah.
For soccer, like no one really talks about where they're going.
Yeah. I just felt weird like talking to people about like the offers that I was getting. Like I just like
yeah.
Your
Because
dad
you don't want there to be a competition underlying with your team, you know?
Yeah,
like, you
I
don't
think
want there
that's
to
the
be,
stigma that we're talking about.
yeah,
It's like,
I think it's okay to like talk about it, but when it comes to like being like you can be like, oh yeah, I got an offer, and if they ask, you're like, okay, well, like, yeah, I'm getting this much, but like
And
it's
like,
kind of
but
weird.
then like money plays into it, and people like it makes people feel bad, and I don't know.
I
And
think
it depends on the person. Like it
Yeah.
depends like who it is, because like some people take it the wrong way, or some people have like different personalities, so you don't know how they're gonna take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're like extra close with someone on the team, then I feel like you could talk to people about it. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think
Like,
it's helpful to be
yeah.
able to talk to people though. Like I said earlier, like talking to teammates about schools. Like if
And
they
it doesn't have to be in
already
a group. Like if it's individual, like it'd be fine.
Yeah.
or like
Just,
just
in a
talk to
general
people that
sense,
are,
just like
in the
talking,
same-
not like being like I got this from this school, I got that from that school, just like talking
Yeah.
about the school like in general and like pros and cons. That helped, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's also like people who are you're in like similar situations with also is like good to do, like talk to, because it like helps you out more, I think, at least for me.
Yeah.
I kind of knew that I was gonna pick Purdue.
Yeah.
But like especially the big moment for me was after my visit. I kind of like I knew I wanted to go there, but I knew I also had to wait because after every visit you get that kind of feeling that that's where you want to go, but you need to like give it time afterwards. But yeah, I just love the atmosphere. And so after I got back from my visit, I took some time to think about it, and that's kind of when I knew.
And really, another deciding factor was, oh my God, am I going to get minutes, or am I going to sit the bench for the first 2 years? My first year, first 3 years, like what's the deal? So that was another deciding factor because I want to play and I want to be on the field, and yeah.
Also, like I'd say, building off of Bella's first point, you have to be open-minded. Like I hadn't even talked to Purdue or reached out to them until I think it was January. It was like before our big tournament, and that's like the school that I ended up going to or like picking and like really liking. So you just have to be open-minded until the end and not have your like eyes set on just like one particular school.
Okay, because
Thank
I'm really
you.
Yeah, but this was great.
Bye,
Thank you guys
guys.
so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Fun. That's yeah.
Cool. So, I know you guys like didn't.